Da, da. Did that because when the video comes in, it slowly fades into us being in the studio with the music and shit. But we are back finally for the new year, episode 28 of the Off the Top Rope podcast. We promised you we'd be back and better than ever. We are still the greatest tag team in the world. I am one half of the greatest tag team in the world. Chris Woodall, known as Southside Woodall on Twitter. And, of course, my tag team partner.
What up, though? It's your boy Barry, One-Eye Barry. Don't know how, but we're going to get through this because you cannot slow us down.
Amen. Say, man.
Happy 2026. Happy New Year. Yeah. Happy holidays.
I know we're probably past the deadline to where you can tell niggas Happy New Year, but
but
but it's our first episode back, so fuck you.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays. All my Southern folks, stay warm, with this fake
crazy winter storm.
It's fake, the craziest winter storm ever.
Yeah. Nah, that shit is bad in New York, bro. Oh, yeah. The prayers niggas up top for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man. So I have the show notes, of course, on what we're going to talk about today, but I was thinking about it on the way here. Because one of the things that we were going to talk about was just like the different shakeups that happened at the tail end of the year, and then like the shakeups coming into 2026. But I was just like, I had a thought to myself, and it was just like one of the things we asked for and said like was on our wish list for 2026 was for like both of these companies, that being WWE and AEW. We ain't gonna talk about TNA. That premiere was god awful.
Shout out Westside Gun, man. If you do it might be time, brother.
Yeah. Hey.
Anyway,
go ahead and invest that money, brother. Somebody gotta save them niggas. Anyway, one of the things we asked in our last episode before we took the little hiatus was we want these companies to do new things, have fresh ideas, kind of push the boundary, challenge each other, whatever the case may be. 2025 WWE wasn't. I don't want to use the term bad because when I think of bad WWE,
we've seen worse. Yeah,
we have seen way worse.
Years, yeah.
When I think of bad WWE, I think 2019. I think Summer of the Thunderdome. I think of
we was at 17.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
This just probably. Hindsight, maybe the worst year of the Triple H era.
Yeah, I think that's a safer thing to say.
That's probably.
It was 2025 was probably the worst of the Triple H era by far.
Yeah. So
I don't like to use words that I see people use on Twitter sometimes when they say they're creatively bankrupt and they don't have any. Yeah. I feel like that's more final and not necessarily.
It was hot and cold moments, but. The hot moments kind of say the cold moments, and it would kind of give you false hope,
very lukewarm year.
Yeah, because like you said, 2025. First thing we think of is the Netflix premiere. That being the worst Raw of the year to start out the year. It's not bad when you look at it. So in hindsight,
it could have been a lot worse.
It just gets what was that? Wrestlepalooza? Was that the?
Oh yeah, Wrestlepalooza to me was easily the worst.
And then we get another follow-up event. I forgot what happened after that. That kind of we're not that bad.
Crown Jewel.
Yeah, Crown Jewel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're pretty good. It's just
so it was just real inconsistent. But I don't like to use the words creatively bankrupt because that feels more final. Yeah. When you say creatively bankrupt,
that feels like 2017.
That feels like 2017. And also to me. Those two words I associate with the end of WCW. Yeah. That is how I feel when you say words like that. This year in particular, I know it's only a month in, or we're about to be a full month in after this week. But this year in particular kind of reminded me of something about WWE. I think that they are at their best when shit doesn't go to plan.
Yeah, backs against the wall.
Yeah, when their back is against the wall and shit doesn't go to plan. And I have several examples to point to that. The most obvious being the build to WrestleMania 40 and how the main events of both nights had to change and what we got from that. I think of a random SmackDown in 2019 when half of the roster was stuck over in Saudi Arabia from an event and they did the NXT Invasion angle for Fox. And most recently, Cody Rhodes losing the WWE Championship and them pivoting from what the assumed or rumored WrestleMania plan was, which was Cody and Roman 3. So I think they're at their best when they're, you know what I'm saying, when stuff doesn't go to plan and when they just kind of just.
We know y'all. We know y'all watching. We know y'all see the tweets and y'all
Yeah,
see
like
the feedback. So.
when they kind of just look in the mirror and say, like, all right, like, is the original idea as good as we think it's going to be? Is the payoff going to be worth it? Personally, and before we get into all the shakeups and all the stuff that happened in 2020, going into 2026 and etc., I want to say in terms of Cody losing the WWE Championship, because we are going to talk about SmackDown as well. While I have no problem, as someone who has attended almost everything Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns have done, like live, I went to Cody versus Roman 1, Cody versus Roman 2. I went to the Bad Blood, tag team match. Mm-hmm. But it feels like the third installment it's not necessary at this point. Yeah. And to me, it's not about who wins or loses. It kind of is, because we know who should win. We know, I know who wanted to win, but we know who should win. No, incorrect. I am done with a world champion who doesn't want to show up until SummerSlam. That's not fair to anybody, believe it or not. But the problem to me is kind of the same problem that there was going into WrestleMania 40. While the build wasn't necessarily bad, at times it was like, is the main event for the WWE Championship Cody Rhodes versus The Rock?
Oh, yeah.
So, my thing is, if we were going to go towards the third installment of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, like, it needed to be different than, like, the past 2 years in terms of, one thing I wanted for sure out of this, no matter when it happens in the third match, we have not while we may have respectively liked the way the stories have went, we never got a definitive which one of us is better. WrestleMania 39, Solo got involved. WrestleMania 40, the Bloodline got involved, and the Babyface Avengers got involved. Whenever the third installment of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns is, and I'm going to say this about both of them, because I know both of them politic. I'm not naive. Niggas need to sit down in a room. They need to be real with themselves, and they need to say, like, look, this match needs to be no shenanigans. It needs to be a straight up wrestling match. We need to figure out, the crowd needs to figure out who the better man is, period. Shouldn't be no managers involved. And I heard a lot of people floating like a heel turn. No, we just need to know who the better man is, and that needs to be it whenever that happens. Now, we can kind of get into 2025, the tail end of 2025 or early 2026. There have been massive shakeups, bro. Some which are very surprising. Some which, like, while they are surprising, like, they're welcome and they should have probably happened a long time ago. So just to read off some of the names I have on this list, we have Melo. Obviously, he became the United States champion on I believe it was a Christmas edition of SmackDown.
Yeah, they had the Christmas episode of SmackDown.
MJF became world champion at World's End in a fatal 4-way. Rio became the tag team champions on the Netflix premiere, correct?
Yeah, Netflix.
Oba dropped the belt at NXT, and it has now been revealed Oba is going to be in the Royal Rumble. Can't wait for that, and we can touch on that a little bit as well. Trick Williams has been called up to the main roster, SmackDown superstar. Matt Cardona is back as Matt Cardona on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre is the WWE champion after a grueling 3 Stages of Hell match and a controversial ending, which I loved, by the way. Thea Hale was North American champion briefly, but then they gave it to Izzy Dame.
Yeah.
Not a good wrestler to me, but whatever. Julia got the United States Championship back. Jordan Grace got called up to the main roster, is a SmackDown superstar, looks to be headed towards a feud with Jade Cargill. Javon Evans called up to the Monday Night Raw roster. Had an injury scare last week. Good now. Has declared for the Royal Rumble. So excited for that. And obviously I know I left some names off, but this is, in particular, the show that needed the most was SmackDown.
Yeah.
But this is a welcome to me. Seeing everything that they have been doing with call-ups and all this, it tells me they are in a place where they realize, like, hey, like, we are way better than what we showed last year. Let me show you why. Let me show you. You know what I'm saying? We kind of saw it in that the last Saturday night's main event with John Cena, when they showcase some of these superstars and showcase from the night before as well. But like, yeah, let me show you what we got. We understand this wasn't necessarily the best year, but don't give up on us. Have faith in us. We hear you. We see you. This is what we got for you.
Funny enough, the 3 hours that we were dreading actually is helping them out.
Dude.
I kind of was like, you know what? Because you watch SmackDown, because you think of Raw, it's like a 2.5 hour show.
Yep.
It's a mix of matches, storytelling, entertainment. But when you watch SmackDown, it's like maybe three matches,
couple
promos and stuff in there. It's like, dang, bro, y'all got 2 hours. I need to like find a way to make this like enjoyable. But because they have because think about it, this is a lot of talent. They had like, I think want to say WWE has over 100.
Yeah, they have both big companies have over like 100.
Over 100. So it's like you're like, damn, how much can we squeeze in a 2 hour show?
Yeah.
But now we get a 3 hour show. You got more storylines, more matches, more people on TV, and it has helped out a lot because we could tell we've been to Raw. It's like it feels like an event. It doesn't feel like a wrestling showcase because it's like they got the dark lights. It's all dim. It's more entertainment. They're showing all the celebrities and the crowd and all of this stuff every 5 to 10 minutes, and then you don't even have time for like some of the promos. You see all these backstage promos or the promos inside the stands that they don't show on TV. So it's like, dang, what can we do to do that differently from a SmackDown? With SmackDown, you can see everything. Nothing is like behind the scenes. Everything is on TV in your face, and gives you something to look forward to every Friday night. Now.
Yeah, I am very.
Oh, and you left out the best thing about 2020, this new SmackDown, Kid Wilson, toxic masculinity.
Banger theme song. I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you.
I am entertained.
But yeah, I was, like you said, I was pleasantly surprised with like how the 3 hours went, just because like the 3 hour era of SmackDown wasn't necessarily like memorable. And sometimes it just felt like they was doing shit for the sake of like, oh, we got 3 hours. Like sometimes the entrances would be like the 5 or 6 minutes, and you're like, you niggas don't know what y'all finna do with these other like 2 hours and 54 minutes. So that's why this entrance is so long. But it feels like they're getting a good grasp on like, you know what I'm saying, what they can do, who they can use where. And another thing I like in particular is that so, and it's still not perfect. Let me not say, I don't want to pretend like SmackDown's a perfect show right now. There's still some flaws, like the tag team, division tanking after having like a huge being the only redeemable part of that show for most of the year is kind of disappointing. Yeah. But one of the things that I do like so far, and I do hope they continue this. We had complaints about when you in beef with somebody on SmackDown, like you don't interact with nobody else. Yeah. I didn't like that. So far, it doesn't feel like everybody's like necessarily layered to one person. We have seen like Drew branch off, and like he's been involved with Fatu. He's been involved with Cody. Mm-hmm. He's going to be involved with Sammy at the Rumble. Obviously, like Trick Williams being the new guy on the roster has floated around a little bit. The U.S. Open Challenge obviously floats you around to a couple different members of the roster. Mm-hmm. So I do enjoy that part of it because I feel like that was a lot of the problem with SmackDown and really WWE in general, not just SmackDown. Like when you are anchored to somebody, you are really anchored to somebody for like X amount of months. Doesn't matter how many matches you had. We saw it with Priest and Aleister Black. Yeah. Like when you are anchored to somebody, you are really anchored to somebody. So this is a welcome change of pace to me. I do want to ask though, and I felt like this the first like week or so of 2026, but as like it's going on, I don't necessarily feel this way anymore. If anything, I feel like they're on equal footing. But with the new creative efforts, do you sense that SmackDown is currently the A show?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Because when we watch Raw, it's like if you could tell they've put more effort into Raw. Like I said, they got the bright lights. It's just they showing everything. You can tell they're putting more higher stakes into Raw. But I think SmackDown is slowly but surely going to get more into that now with, like we said, a new champion, a new Cody feud that feels kind of fresh. With Jacob Fatu being back, and now with hopefully they kind of get the SmackDown tag division back on his tracks with new champions, and then Melo doing his thing. So I don't want to call it the A show just yet, but I feel like a shift is coming. So let's just see what happens, because we got the best season. Royal Rumble is this Saturday, and then we got Wrestlemania season. So let's see how things go for these next couple months before I solidify this to be in the A show.
And another question about SmackDown. We talked about new additions. Perhaps nobody so far has shined brighter than Mr. Whoop That. Trick Williams. The day we waited for finally came. Went to the main roster. Obviously, if you follow his real life, you know why he on the SmackDown roster at least. But yeah, man. What's your first impressions of him on the main roster?
He got what you can't teach. That's charisma. And
absolutely.
If anything, like you said, you say this from all the veterans, all the current people, just get a reaction. Whether it's boos, cheers, anything is better than silence. The fact that the crowd is so hyped to him when he comes out, then when he talks, they boo him. It's magic. You just can't teach it. We're super happy for him. He deserves this moment. And like his worst thing was his in-ring ability, which wasn't bad. It just means that he needed a good dance partner, and they put him with the right people. His first interaction was with Sammy, I think.
Yep. So
if that comes back down the line, that's going to cook. Him and Randy going back and forth on the mic, hilarious. You could tell Randy kind of like fucks with him. They got some good moments. So I'm really excited to see what's going on from Trick, because he got what you can't teach, which is charisma, mic skills, and he just can get the crowd going. So I'm excited to see what they do from here.
Yeah. I will co-sign that as far as like charisma and like the things, having these intangibles and things you can't teach. Dude, he was getting whooped that Trick chance in Montreal while he was in with Sami Zayn, bro. Like, that is crazy. The presentation they gave him on Saturday night's main event as well was crazy. Brand new Tron, all that. Like, I don't want to give like WWE too much credit about like making him look like a star.
Yeah.
Because Trick Williams is fucking insane, bro. Like, it's clear that nigga works out very hard. It's clear he invests to his wardrobe, all that. Like, he is very much into the character. And to me, that might be who he is in real life. They often say, like, characters are just an exaggerated version of yourself. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's who Trick is in real life, bro. And if that's what works for him, that's what works. Like, it's great.
Yeah, whoever put him and Melo together at NXT, they cooked.
Yeah.
That, like, people have said that's the modern day Triple H and HBK as far as charisma goes, because they just got what you can't teach, man.
And I'm not gonna lie, like the extra year that he had, because I thought he was kind of ready to be called up last year.
Yeah, after that triple threat match.
Yep. Yeah. So after that, I was a little scared, because I'm like, if you're in NXT for too long,
you kind of get overlooked, and then
you get overlooked. They might not see nothing in you. Like, why are you still here? The TNA partnership, the TNA run, all that did wonders for Trick Williams. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. It sharpened him up in the ring. It made him a more credible heel because, up until this point, he was Mike Santana's big bad. You know what I'm saying? To get that Impact title.
He was an amazing face. Like, so see him carry this heel character work is amazing. I think somebody should take notes. Braun Breaker. Well, yeah,
he's incredible, man. Like, I really love it. Like, that is far and away the best addition to SmackDown. Like, no disrespect to anybody else who was called up or whatever they're doing, but that has been the best addition to SmackDown. I do want to also ask, before we get into our Saturday night's main event recap, the Raw review, and our first prediction episode of the year for the Royal Rumble, are there any early 2026 moments that stand out to you? We've had a bunch for it to be, again, just a month into the year.
The women do not disappoint, man. Women's wrestling entertainment. Last year, the women carried, besides like the top guys, Punk, Roman, and Seth, but the women carried 2025. They still rolling, man. Kabuki Warriors versus Ryo, amazing way to start the year. I had no faith in that tag team match Saturday, but that might have been the match of the night besides the moments with AJ and Shin. So even last night with the 6-woman tag team match, it's still magic. Whatever they're doing with the women, they just keep it up, because fellas, y'all better get y'all shit together, because the women it's evolution might be a once a month thing, man. I'm telling you, you guys might want to get your shit together, man, because they are carrying so far. That's my big thing so far, is the women are carrying the division still, or the company still?
Like I said, there's been a lot, but I am going to I'm gonna point to CM Punk, and I don't want to pick a moment, so I'm just gonna say the change in perception of CM Punk's World Heavyweight title reign since the new year hit. We have had defenses against Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and we will talk about last night's matchup with AJ Styles. And I want to speak to, for a quick second, just in general, I don't know if this stuff is intentional. I don't know if it's guys just saying like, hey, like, sometimes you just got to let me work. I am so glad we have gotten past the idea that belts and like other things need to happen, on big fours.
Yeah.
Like, no, bro, sometimes just run the match. People want to see it. Like, I don't think anybody came out of Monday Night Raw last night and was like, they really burned CM Punk and AJ Styles. Granted, we don't know if AJ Styles is going to be retired. We'll get into that. I don't think anybody came out of Raw last night and was like, man, they really burned CM Punk and AJ Styles on a Monday Night Raw in January. Or they burned CM Punk and Finn Balor on a Monday Night Raw in Ireland in January. Like, no, bro. We just want to see these people wrestle. And the same thing with Cody dropping the belt. And the day of, like, I remember it being 50-50, like, on the internet because people were just like, Triple H doesn't drop belts on, like, regular shows.
Yeah,
like
SmackDown show.
Yeah, like, sometimes just do it, bro. Like, again, sometimes and that's why I said earlier, sometimes when shit doesn't go to plan for them and they have to pivot, WWE can be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But when they try to, like, stick to it, it doesn't necessarily work. So, yeah, my early 2026 moment for sure, though, is, like, just the change in perception of the World Heavyweight title reign. The 3 matches that we have gotten from CM Punk on the past few Monday Night Raws have been incredible. He said, like, late in 2025 when he got the title, like, he wanted to be a fighting champion. Mm-hmm. We are seeing it so far. AJ Styles came out there last night, or I should say he was out there last night, and CM Punk was out there, or came out there, telling AJ, look, it's a chance me and you may not get to do this dance. AJ said, hey, why don't we do it tonight? And if I beat you, I'll be the number 1 contender after I beat Gunther at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, fuck that.
Hey, Punk said. So, bro, I came out here a couple months ago and told these people I'll be a fighting champion. If we gonna do this shit, we doing it for the belt. No lie, that feels like a top 5 like CM Punk promo moment for me. Legitimately, just like dropping nuts and saying like, bro, like, this go big or go home, nigga. Like, if you gonna beat me, you have to beat me for this belt. We ain't doing this number 1 contender shit. But yeah, man, like, stuff like that, and I guess we can kind of... Oh, wait, no, we still got to go into the SNME, so we can't pivot into Raw yet. But yeah, stuff like that, it matters, bro. Paying off moments that you give to the audience matters. Because the first thing that CM Punk said when he got that belt was, like, he wanted to fight a bunch of different names. He listed AJ Styles. He mentioned Finn Balor. We got to see both of those in the span of a week.
Yeah.
I think Braun Breaker was on that list. We got to see that.
Yeah, that was first
2
match.
weeks. Yeah, that was the very first match. Very first defense. So it's just like paying off things that you say that you have these wrestlers come out and say to the audience or whatever the case may be, they matter. So I definitely appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that early 2026 looks like they're going to pay off more moments, and also they're just going to take some risk.
Yeah.
Now, Saturday night's main event. I would first, like, before we even get into it, the last 2 to 3 Saturday night's main events to me have been, like, really strong. And I think that's because commercials are not hurting it. I remember when me and you went to the one, with Goldberg's last match, we were like, it's a pretty good show. Like, if you're at home and you have to deal with the commercials, like, it probably stinks.
It's not fun. Yeah, it's not fun at all.
But when you're watching it all the way through and no interruptions, it flowed really well. Like, I remember that show being a solid show. The only low point for me, now that we know what's what, was the fact that, like, and I should have talked about WWE Unreal today, because the only thing I hated about that Saturday night's main event was that we eventually found out that they sacrificed what I thought was a good match going for an angle that nobody fell for, by the way. Very quickly, because I don't even want to spend too much time in it. I thought season 2 of WWE Unreal was very disingenuous. I didn't think it. I liked season 1 way better because it felt like we were actually finding out stuff, and it felt like they weren't necessarily trying to work us, or acting like they were working us. Let's say that. This season was so stupid to me because you included an R-Truth episode, and people already thought it was a work, which it clearly wasn't. The Seth Rollins thing, people didn't fall for it after like the first week. I'm not gonna.
Really the first night.
Really the first night. Like, people were skeptical. I will say for a minute I did fall for it just because, like, as someone that has had knee injuries, like, some of the stuff they said was lining up, which was like he couldn't get an MRI yet because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a real thing. Like, they will not look at your knee if it's too swollen. But yeah, I didn't like that. Now that I know that, well, season 3 apparently is going to be about, like, John Cena's retirement run, so I'm going to get mad all over again because I'm going to have to watch him say, you know, Brock Lesnar can totally have this win. I think the most egregious part to me was definitely the R-Truth episode because, again, people already thought it was work. That's the only thing I want to say about it if you want to touch on it real quick.
I just say this a lot, man. You know, you want to put yourself out there. You kind of kill the lure of professional wrestling, of being behind the curtain and stuff like that. But now we know who to point our fingers at. We see what's going on in these rooms. Like, it just... Like, I'm sorry, when you said point fingers, I just got to thinking about Road Dogg. Bro, I was like, just like, damn, bro. Like,
I said maybe we should have Chelsea win the belt back. Triple H said, and then what?
Then like, oh, we should have Pat beat Gunther. Then what?
Like, what?
Like, I forgot, but they was like, yeah, you know, let's have Pat beat Gunther. And then Gunther comes out like the next day, and now he's literally not. What did they say? Like 20 feet away from you. Like, what am I gonna do now? Like, we're just gonna
we're just gonna ignore the elephant in the room.
Like. Oh man! It's
like, if Pat McAfee would have beat Gunther, first off, I had no problem with the match. I thought it was a good match. And that's only because, like, me and you both know Pat McAfee's a pretty capable wrestler. Yeah. So I didn't mind it. But if that nigga beat Gunther, why the fuck is Gunther beating Jey Uso for the world title?
Why is Gunther beating John Cena? Like,
like, what are we doing?
It just hurts. Like, you kind of kill the lore of, like, the entertainment part and, like, the question of what's going to happen. It reminded me of, like, we big NBA fans. Now you got Grant Williams, C.J. McCollum, Jaylen Brown all over. They taking photo shoots of yearbook photo shoots. Now it's like, when they have rule changes, we can point right at you 3 bozos for killing the product we love. Like, it just.
That's why we look at C.J. McCollum dumbass now.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't watch it. I'm not going to watch it because I'm going to get mad all over again. But, yeah, Road Dogg, we laughing at you.
Season 2 is not worth it, so if you don't watch it.
Shout out to the other guys who kind of was like, I got a little question. I don't think this is going to work. So, shout out to those 2 guys. Yeah. I know one got promoted to creative. So
Ryan Ward.
Yeah, so shout out to Ryan. Also, like people were saying, I know kind of hurts coming from, 2 minorities, but, we need more minorities in those writing rooms. You need more people of color, more women. Yeah. So I hope they take this feedback and do something with it. Because if not, you're just killing the lore, just making fans more mad. So
I will say, in their defense, like the period of WWE that they were showing was like pretty bad. So again, Ryan Ward was the. It's funny because they specifically highlighted who had like good ideas or who had bad ideas, and Road Dogg had a lot of bad ideas.
I don't think you should take this because you're getting old, brother. It's more. All right, bro. Never mind.
Yeah.
You said Saturday's main event.
Saturday night's main event recap, man. Like I said, really has been really strong as of late. I thought this was maybe the strongest. We got Rhodes versus Fatu, the women's tag team championship match, which was Rio versus the Judgment Day women there were 2. I don't want to get these mixed up. There was a tag team title match on Monday, too. Oh, no. Okay, I didn't know.
Monday was a 6-woman tag match.
You know what it was? I got it confused with the number 1 contender match they had on SmackDown. Okay, we're good. So, Rio versus the women of the Judgment Day, Liv and Roxanne. We had Styles versus Nakamura in what perhaps will be the final showdown between those 2 inside of a WWE ring. And the men's fatal 4-way to determine the number 1 contender for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. Man, Rhodes versus Fatu ended up not being a match but ended up being more so of a brawl, a fight all across the Montreal Bell Center. It's so refreshing, bro. Like, it's not, the issue was not that, and I think a lot of people, I think sometimes it's funny because while we know, like, you know what I'm saying, while we were on the subject on the real, like, we know that there's a team and we know that there's Triple H that gets the final say so. I think sometimes when it comes to certain wrestlers, we're hesitant to blame the booking and we're so quick to blame the wrestler. Because a lot of people are like, yeah, you know, Cody's getting stale. No, man. Sometimes you got to look at what the booking is. We were having him and Drew McIntyre had a trilogy where essentially nothing changed. You had a very much nothing War Games match where you just crammed a bunch of guys in and tried to make stories make sense. Yeah. As opposed to like this fresh new angle, bro, where, you know what I'm saying, Cody Rhodes kind of has a little bit of an edge, is apparently what they're going for. Is what the interview they did SmackDown the night before, tremendous. Face, yeah. Jacob coming in there dressed as Big Blood, God, tremendous.
Yo, what are we?
Yo, we banging the set on TV. Like, what's good, bro?
Like, okay, all right.
That was hilarious discourse on Twitter, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, actually, let me say this. I think Jacob Fatu does absolutely like appropriate black culture sometimes. I don't want to get that misconstrued. But gang culture is not exclusively African American, and I feel like a lot of people got on Twitter and was like, "Why is this Samoan dressed up in blood attire trying to act like he black?" No, bro, stop.
Just because you have been in the same state, or just you've been. Listen, I've been a lot of places. No matter where you go, they're there. I lived in Virginia for like 8 months. I was in 8th grade. Brother, it was Bloods and Crips in Virginia. You can't. I'm sorry.
Dude, we have Asian Crips in Georgia.
Like it's just. TV is, you gotta listen to life outside of TV is real. Yes, yeah. It's insane, it's crazy. Like he said, I was in Virginia, guy in the back of my class, skinniest white boy, orange, like bang, class one day he puts out a blue flag. I said, what the fuck? Like, yeah, it is what it is, man. That's the real world. We're like, sorry.
Gang culture is not exclusively African American. So if you was on Twitter, it was like, why there was a European account of all people talking about Jacob Fatu is on TV cosplaying a blood. No, gang culture is not exclusively African American, and when you've been to jail as many times as Jacob Fatu has been to jail, listen, I'm not gonna question that. Him, you know, saying the N-word and all this other shit is a totally different conversation. Just because he's not black doesn't mean he can't be a gang member. Please don't think that. Anyway, like I said, tremendous interview, tremendous piece of business with him and Cody.
Another fresh start. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Cody fan when they got this shtick they got going with him because he is the face of the company. So this is fresh. Cody got a little what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I'm not. Cody got a little different side of him. I don't want to say Karen, but it was just, oh, he said that now. Okay, all right, that was different. I am entertained. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what they do with this Cody stuff. Because first, like, I'm kind of on the ledge, but I just kind of forgot about Saturday's main event until like the Friday before. I was like, oh shit, let me now I got something to do tomorrow night. So, man. But Brawl, I was kind of disappointed at first because we're used to these 5 matches cards, and I was like, dang, bro, they finna have a Brawl. Yeah. Like come on, bro. But the Brawl was.
I think they did the best possible.
The Brawl was entertainment. The Drew crashing was fresh. Yeah. Didn't see it coming. Makes Drew look deservable because, like we said, his stuff he's looked kind of weak lately with the knee injury, kicking the table. He keep losing. So
him winning that championship was imperative to like keep his character alive in this company. Mm-hmm. But I too was almost disappointed like when the Brawl started because I'm thinking to myself like, all right, well, now we got 3 matches left. Now it's 4 matches on the card. Now we got 3 left because y'all just said
we back on bullshit already.
Y'all just said fuck us. Because initially my thought going in was like, we gonna get like 8, 12 minutes of Cody Rhodes versus Fatu, and then some type of disqualification is gonna happen. For all intents and purposes, Cody and Jacob essentially worked the match. That Brawl was about 15 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
And the crowd was hot the entire time.
Because I think I turned it on 7-10. I was like, oh, they look kind of
Yeah,
like
like
they been fighting for a minute. I might have missed out on something.
Yeah, like they legitimately, Cody did not get to finish making his entrance,
which I think was great. Kind of, who do we cheer for? Who do we boo for?
Yeah.
Because we like, say whatever you want to say. The Cody woe, it gets me. I moved every time. So,
and I started like listening to the crowd though as like the brawl was going on. I think they're treating Jacob like the heel in this situation. Like I listened to it when he first came out and was cutting the promo, walking to the ring, and everybody was on his side. But like Cody just has this way of like getting you back on his side like almost immediately, which is why I've never been worried when like a slight boo might come from the crowd.
Was that 2 weeks ago? His promo when the first it was a boo, and he was like, "I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble." It was like, damn, bro, I'm kind of hyped for him.
Dog, and then he came out like 20 minutes later when Jacob said, "You got something to say to me," in the crowd pop.
Yeah,
like he just has such a way to get you back on his side because nothing Cody ever does feels inauthentic. Yeah. And I do feel like maybe that was the problem with like the end of his AEW run, and that's why people like didn't necessarily want him there.
The no sniff, it hits every time, man. Yeah. It hits every time, man. Like,
so, yeah, like the brawl to me, like it was fresh. Like the crowd was hot the whole time. It was some moments in there where I was like, "Holy shit!" It was some moments in there where I was laughing when they started goddamn bonking the recycling bin off the security guard.
Hilarious.
I'm thinking to myself, like, while it's going on, I was like, these are the worst security guards I've ever seen, like, in the history of me watching this show. Like, ever. They wasn't able to get them apart and nothing. Like, all them niggas getting beat on.
Like, Adam Pearce just back there doing nothing.
Fatu putting them niggas through tables. And I was thinking that, too. I was sitting there. I'm looking at Nick Aldis. I said, like.
What are you doing?
I said, maybe I need to cut Adam Pearce some slack. This nigga Nick Aldis sitting there in the crowd watching this shit happen, my nigga. But
oh my god,
it does intrigue me. Obviously with how it ended, which was as you alluded to, Drew throwing both of them through tables. It is very obvious that. So there's been a report for the what the Mania match might be, and there are two options allegedly. I personally think there's a more third intriguing option, but I am willing to see where this goes because Saturday night's main event was great. The two options have been floated around, which is, Cody versus Drew again. Don't think we need to do that. The second was Cody versus Drew versus Jacob for the title. I would absolutely love to see that. It's fresh. It's new. It adds a new wrinkle into, like, Drew and Cody. And also we've seen kind of how, like, Cody and Jacob interact already. And it's great.
And triple threat matches have been bangers.
Yes.
Big pay-per-view event, so.
My personal third, more intriguing option is you find a way to get Cody into the World Heavyweight title picture, and you haven't faced CM Punk at WrestleMania in the match that you have been dangling in front of us for a couple years now. Like that's what I think. But yeah, I am personally like so excited about the direction of the WWE title picture on SmackDown. It's in a much better place than it was or has been, in the latter half of 2025. And obviously it doesn't feel like it's in a stranglehold either because, Drew's going to be facing Sammy on Saturday. And at this point, it's very unpredictable. Like, I've been reading stuff that says, like, there's only one thing right now for WrestleMania that is a lock, and that's apparently supposed to be Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. Apparently, nothing else is a lock. They don't know what they're doing yet. Typically, the WrestleMania card is made a year in advance or, like, October at the latest. They do not know. And again, I think that is the best possible outcome for current WWE. Like 2024, when they didn't know what was going on, was the best. Yeah, I'm just really intrigued, bro. Like I want to see where it goes. I think it's the best possible outcome. I will say if it is option number 2 to where it is Rhodes, Fatu, McIntyre, I'm interested on how you get there because you have dangled the carrot of Cody Rhodes potentially winning the third Royal Rumble. I don't hate it, personally. I would argue that maybe you do need to give somebody else new the ball, i.e. Braun Breaker. Shit, maybe open for me if you're feeling spicy. So it does intrigue me how you get there because then after WrestleMania, there's an Elimination Chamber. And typically the way they have done it is, you know what I'm saying, the Rumble winner has usually by that point chosen who they are going to face at WrestleMania. We saw it last year. Pretty sure. Well, the year before it didn't matter because no. We saw it last year. The year before we kind of saw it. Actually, we did see it because Cody had already chosen Roman at that point at the WrestleMania press conference. The year before, there was just one championship. So yeah, last year it was more so yeah, the Royal Rumble winner had like chosen before Elimination Chamber, and then you would be the number one contender for whatever title wasn't chosen. And it's like, well, you can't go to or if you do, you got to find a heck of a way to do it. Assuming Cody wins the Rumble, or assuming Jacob wins the Rumble, whatever, or neither of them win, then at that point you're probably gonna have the WWE Championship contested. Number one contender found out in the Elimination Chamber, and it's just like, well, how do you get to a conclusion to where both of them are facing Drew McIntyre? I don't know, especially in an Elimination Chamber, but like you with that match, you run the risk of like pissing people off of like your finish is inconclusive.
Yeah.
So I think the only other way you can potentially do this is you maybe do something one-on-one with Rhodes and Fatu at Chamber. You find a way to get Drew to break that up, and you have the Chamber be like focused on the women this year.
They usually do one
exclusively.
Oh yeah, one exclusively. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Hail Mary had like the WWE Championship defended in the EC. That might be something fresh and new.
See, yeah, but the only thing is like in present WWE, like unless this changed and I just don't know about it, there are no rematch clauses anymore.
Yeah.
So if they were to contest the championship in the Chamber and Drew was to lose, there's no return match. Like Cody's path to the championship has to be the Rumble or the Chamber because Drew already said like in the contract, Cody's not getting a return match. So the only one with a super clear path to the championship at this point would technically be Fatu, because Cody only has two ways to get in there, as opposed to like Fatu, like you can like work your way in there. So I'm interested to see what they do. The women's tag team match, as you said, like the women for this company just continue to deliver on a very high level. Wonderful match. I don't know what it is, but I know people give Liv Morgan a lot of shit because she's not necessarily as talented as her peers, but like she get in the ring with Io Sky and like some flips, bro. Like they get real stiff with each other when they get in the ring. Like it works. It fucking works. Like I think Io and Liv have like some real chemistry there.
Yeah, because I think Liv title run, her and like Rhea got a little stale because they're like two different archetypes. So
yep,
her and Io probably the best in the world, hands down.
Easily.
Yeah, so
to me, easily.
Amazing dance partner. What a great match, man.
I'm about to say, you have a bad match with Io Sky, you might need to reevaluate. Yeah. Luckily, Liv Morgan, that is not you. I don't think I've seen a bad Io Sky match. I don't think about it.
I can't think of one.
Yeah, nothing's coming to mind. And if it is, obviously it's not real. Successful defense for Rio. I'm interested to see like how long this run goes on and if they carry the belts into Mania, and if so, what the matchup would be from there. But I'm not sure. Styles versus Nakamura. Oh my God! Some of the best hoops that WWE has to offer are unction hoops, bro. Some of the best hoops they have to offer end up being unction hoops.
Goes back to my point, man. Y'all youngins better step it up, cause
man,
when the old heads retire and it's all women on the show for 2 hours, I don't know what y'all gonna do, man. Y'all better get y'all shit together, bro. Cause
it's like
OG's doing the damn thing, man.
I didn't fully realize it. Like while John Cena's like retirement run was going on, I didn't like fully realize it. But like a lot of these people are the last of a dying breed, bro. Like no performance center can churn out a Randy Orton. Don't want to say his name, but no performance center can churn out a Brock Lesnar when he was actually good. Like no performance center can churn out a John Cena. You have to have it, bro. Batista, CM, definitely not a CM Punk.
The Stone Colds, the Rocks, you just can't.
No performance center can churn that shit out, bro.
They're not man created. They're just not.
Like you got to have that shit in you, bro. It's not something a writer can come up for you like in a room and like no, bro. Like you literally just got to have it, bro.
If you can hoop, man.
So I don't know. We truly are like watching some of the last of a dying breed. And
it feels like the NBA with KD, Steph, LeBron.
Man, that's a great comparison. That is exactly what it feels like. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, that's not to say like, you know what I'm saying? The game moves on, wrestling moves on. Like, you know what I'm saying? We almost a month. We're well over a month into John Cena being retired. wrestling does move on.
Yeah.
But, like, when it's your turn to step up to the plate, you best not miss because, like, I don't want to be dramatic as people are when they say stuff like the sport is dying. No, it's not. It's not dying. I think it's in a better place than it's ever been. But they don't make people like these anymore, bro. They really don't. They don't make AJ Styles anymore. They don't make Shinsuke Nakamura anymore. They don't make CM Punk anymore, bro. Like, they don't. They just don't. And that's what's so appealing about their characters on TV now. Even being, like, some of the older statesmen in the company. They just don't make them like you anymore.
Even, like, last night with Javon and AJ. Bet.
Yo.
Oh, bet means that's for sure. Just like, what?
Yo,
like, okay,
AJ
right.
tried to explain to a 21-year-old African-American male what bet means, when I know for a fact Javon Evans knows what bet means, was so funny.
Like, you can't teach that, man.
I'm looking at the screen like, what's this nigga?
I was like, what has happened? Like, what did I just watch?
Nigga was doing dad humor on TV, man.
Yeah, man,
like,
no cap. That means he's lying, right?
Dog. But yeah, man, they don't make them like these anymore, man. But this match in general, I hope I am not, and I hope I don't offend anybody that, like, really, you know what I'm saying, likes New Japan and all this, and, you know, all the other different forms of wrestling out there. Mm-hmm. This match felt very New Japan-esque to me. Like, it was stiff. They were working limbs. They told a story to a point where, like, Nakamura's knee gave out at one point. He couldn't even deliver a Kinshasa. Like, you had a knee under the jaw, which is a callback to an NJPW match as well. Mm-hmm. You had the Bullet Club callback in there as well. Like, to me, that match felt like... Actually, I'll say this. That match legitimately, to me, felt like, yeah, AJ is probably going to lose to Gunther on Saturday. Because you don't get to go out there and have that match one more time. If you know what I'm saying, you riding the wave until next December or whatever. Yeah. I legitimately think, like, AJ went up to Triple H at some point.
I think Shinsuke said that too. Like, this was kind of AJ's idea.
He wrote that shit in the letter. But I legitimately believe one or maybe both went up to Triple H and said, like, hey, please, 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 we would really love to do it this particular way. We know it's not, you know what I'm saying, the style that is necessarily taught around here or what is done on television, but, like, we would really like to go out and tell this story. And you can tell he was behind it. Yeah. Because he even tweeted out, like, I can't wait to see this. It's so funny. You can always tell what Triple H actually gives a fuck about. It is so funny. Like, it's always so apparent. Like, it's so apparent when
you can just tell who likes who in the ring, who likes who they interact with. It's just,
man, it's always so obvious.
You just can't hide it, man. Like you said, man, that was amazing. Like, felt like real graps. Like, it just felt like, you know what I'm saying, like TNA AJ for a second. Like, and then if you never seen like because you know you've been kind of harsh on Shinsuke, me too, because, you know, just the age is the age, man. You can't scrap like you used to, but, man, it just felt like a ticking. It just felt like a time just went back in time. Good Shinsuke match. Probably me both at the same time. This was cleared their Wrestlemania match in like 10 seconds. Just
it's so far and clear of that. And I don't want to pretend like that's the only match they ever did, but, like, as far as, like, WWE wise, like, that's their best. I just can't say enough good things about it, bro. Like, it was everything. Like, you could, again, like, it was so apparent to me that, like, AJ Styles might lose to Gunther on Saturday. That if he wins, I'd be pleasantly surprised.
You can kind of see his facial expression behind the mask when he came out the ring. Like, he just looked like, oh man, I don't know. It can't be Saturday, man. It just can't be Saturday.
It can't do. He has so much left in the tank, bro. Right. Like, nothing I have seen has indicated to me, like, hey, bro, like, you need to go ahead and hang that shit up. Even with Shinsuke, bro, like, the last few Shinsuke Nakamura performances, not even just this past match, like, that is obviously his best. But Shinsuke in the U.S. Open Challenge, Shinsuke versus Sheamus in the John Cena tournament, like, I've been very pleased with the last few Shinsuke performances I've seen. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I certainly hope this isn't it for AJ Styles. It does seem like the writing is on the wall, but what a catalog to go out on if you think of everything he has done these past few matches and in, like, the latter half of, like, 2025. insane, bro. Very easily the match of the night to me. I won't lie to you. Like, it was.
Yeah, personal match moment of the night was.
Like, I don't even think there was a close second. Like, I love the Rhodes and Fatu angle. Mm-hmm. I love the women's tag team match. I love the Fatal 4 that we're going to talk about. But, like,
just as a wrestling fan, this was special, man.
It was perfect, bro. Fucking perfect. The men's Fatal 4-way for the number one contendership of the WWE Undisputed title. Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, Randy Orton, Trick Williams. Trick Williams did not at all look out of place to me. No. Let's start with that. Like, I'm such a fan of, like, people who I guess necessarily aren't supposed to be there. And you just, like, giving them the opportunity and giving them the ball and then showing them, like, hey, like, I am supposed to be here. I do belong here. One of these days, that's going to be me winning that match. That's going to be me in that title match. And it's going to be me holding the title up. Trick Williams did not look out of place. He looked like he belonged. He was in the ring with 2 former world champions, an Intercontinental champion, a tag team champion, WrestleMania main eventer, Mr. Money in the Bank, all of that. He had significantly less accolades than everybody in that ring, and still looked like he belonged. Significantly less time in a wrestling ring than everybody else in that ring, and he looked like he belonged, bro. Like, I cannot say enough good things about him. I really can't.
Yeah, like I said, man, when he gets a good dance partner, he makes himself feel comfortable in the ring. That's kind of what you need. He's in there with 3 vets, 3 guys who've done good amount of things in the company, so Trick just fit right in there like a glove, man. In due time, he will be a world champion, I believe, or a mid-card title before the year's over with, so I'm happy. So
Upper mid-carder is, to me, that's the floor. The ceiling, main eventer, absolutely.
Yeah. Ceiling's a world champion because he just has, like, charisma. And
like, listen, man. If Jey Uso can do it, so can you. Actually, not even Jey Uso. Nigga, if Jack Swagger can do it, so can you. Jack Swagger ain't got none of what Trick Williams got. He got a world championship under his belt. But yeah, the match itself, man. Tremendous work, honestly, and it's a little dicey with Fatal 4-ways. I won't lie to you. Like, I do think sometimes, like, aside from, like, elimination chambers, obviously, and, like, 6-man tags, whatever, I think 3 is the perfect number when it comes to, like, wrestling sometimes. Like, yeah. I think that's the perfect number. I think, like, you don't risk, like, overdoing it. I think what worked for this Fatal 4-way is that it was just, they just went out there and wrestled. It wasn't, like, very, like, spot heavy, as opposed to, like, you know, when you do a lot of multi-man matches, you know, niggas try to do, like, you know, a bunch of Tower of Doom spots and a bunch of you diving on these 3 niggas. Sometimes it feels a little too rehearsed.
We got our Randy moments. They still hit home plate whenever they get done. The slams on the table outside the rings, the dual DDTs.
Yep.
Randy, like, faking, trying to break the pin up. It works. Damian got some good work in. Trick did some good work in. And Sammy just being a hometown hero and just building off the charisma, building off the stadium, building, like, the Goku of give me your spirit. It just...
Yeah.
I was impressed because I really did not have that much faith in there because Priest they've been doing Priest a little dirty booking wise. You know, Randy is Randy. He can't be there every week. He can't take much bumps as he used to. And then, like I said, with Trick, his big thing is just he needs a good dance partner. But whoever produced this match, they did the damn thing, man. Like, the 4 quarters made $1. I was impressed and I was entertained, and it was a good match and a good way to set up this Saturday with Sammy and Drew. With Drew coming back in there out of nowhere and then making Sammy look credible. Like, okay, I think Sammy could beat this guy on Saturday. So,
man,
we will see.
Did you see Sammy slap the shit out of Drew the night before? I'm sorry. Like, I know we not really gonna talk about, like, SmackDown, but did you see him walk up to this nigga and slap the shit out of him?
I thought he was gonna talk to somebody else. I know.
I'm just watching him walk.
I thought it was Drew. He just was like, hold on, wait.
I'm watching this nigga come in the frame. Drew McIntyre smile for like 0.25 seconds. Nigga Sammy said, "What?" Like, didn't say shit either. Just walked off. Slapped the shit out of him.
I'll be right back. Stay right back.
That nigga slapped the shit out of Drew McIntyre. Like, have you lost your mind? He said so much without saying anything at all. Like, have you lost your mind, nigga? Slap shit out of him. So, all in all, a great Saturday night's main event. Sami Zayn is the number one contender for the WWE Championship. Can't wait to see that. The Raw review. We did briefly talk about the AJ and CM Punk promo, that open Raw, so we can leave that where it is. We did have, for the first match of the evening, a 6-woman tag containing our women's tag team champions, Rio, and our women's world champion, Stephanie Vaquer, versus the women of the Judgment Day, plus Raquel this time, obviously. Fun match. Can't really go wrong with a 6-person tag, honestly. Wasn't mad at it.
Glad to see Stephanie back in there with her bad ankle injury a couple weeks ago.
Dog, I was still like terrified. She did a crossbody last night and like she got up limping again, but like they did the backstage angle later, and I was like, okay, she's good. So glad she's back. I know people are critical of this, but I think Raquel deserves these opportunities. I'm not saying she should necessarily win the belt, but like I think Raquel has done well enough to like deserve an opportunity to be like an upper mid Carter / fringe main eventer.
If any time, this Saturday is the time because not American crowd. So yeah, that's just, if it happens, I'm not mad at it because I think this might be, if not now, then when. Because
what's no shot in hell they're running that match on Saturday? I'm gonna let you know that now. Not even. I think they already announced it'll be for next week. But
next week, yeah, all right, next week, yeah. Right.
But just like in my mind,
okay, now I feel better now. I was gonna say if they do that because. Overseas, they might gotta do it if it was an overseas, but since it is on Raw next week, now I'm like,
Rumble. The Royal Rumble is probably the only pay per view where I am like ultra comfortable with it being like 3 to 4 matches because it was a short card even before like the women's Royal Rumble became a thing, but now it's just like okay, 2 undercard matches and 2 Royal Rumbles is enough because both of those Royal Rumbles are going to be an hour and some change.
Yeah, at least an hour 10.
Yeah. And that depends on if they want to, break
who the Iron Person.
Yeah, like it depends on if they want to break the record for like the prior year, and like they've done that every year the past 2 years, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they did it with the men's last year. I do think they might have done it with the women, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they said Roxanne broke it last year.
Yeah, so
I think she was right under an hour, and then I think the Iron Man last year was Penta, and he really wasn't.
Yeah, but he was in there for like 47 minutes, so it wasn't like crazy. But yeah, if they want to break the record, like that Rumble's going longer than an hour. Where was I? Oh, so yeah, quality match from those 6 women. As we said, the women always do deliver. I thought we were getting a babyface Finn teaser when him and Punk talked backstage. Obviously did not go that way.
Somebody pointed out this is kind of cool because now Finn has like an identity crisis.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool to see somebody point that out. I was like, okay.
I read something similar. Yeah,
last week I had my moment, so thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The good angel on one shoulder, devil on the other shoulder. Like he don't really respect you. Like so, I'm kind of intrigued where they go from this because Dom is out. We don't know for how long. So this kind of adds a little spice. Dom is out. JD is out with an injury. So we kind of. It was going to look a little stale, but now I think we're kind of picking it back up. We're going to see how things pick up in the Judgment Day. So
yeah, man.
Excited to see where this goes from here.
I will say, hopefully they finally pull the trigger because something they showed on Unreal was apparently like him and I don't know if it was Dominic that was going to be kicked out of the Judgment Day or if it was going to be – I think it was probably going to be Dominic at that point. But like SummerSlam was originally supposed to be Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. So I'm hoping they actually pull the trigger. And this would be the perfect time. I think Finn's the guy that you have to oust from the group for a number of reasons. Like, there's always been differences between like Finn and Dom, or not always, but like 2025, there was tension between them, tension between Finn and Liv. It does appear that Liv is kind of like, to my surprise, more so on the ends with the group than I thought she would have been when she came back. I think it's a missed opportunity if you don't turn Finn babyface here, especially like when you saw the sample size that you did in Ireland. Mm-hmm. I think it's time to do it. Rey Mysterio versus Theory. Honestly, I was gonna talk about this, and then I found out Rey Mysterio was injured, and now I'm no longer interested. I'm actually mad as fuck. I'm actually fucking pissed that we're gonna, and they don't know how much time he's gonna miss. So I'm actually pissed. I don't want to talk.
Yeah, we missed him earlier, but yeah, Ray is one of those guys, man. The guys get it, man. You can't teach what they got. You know, you could try Dragon, Ray, a little bit of Penta, but you just can't. Ray just got it. Ray just got something special, man. So
I do want to say,
get well soon, please.
I do want to say, because we already saw this happen with the LWO when Ray got injured. Please don't and they probably won't do this to Penta, but I'm more so worried about Dragon Lee. Please don't sideline them and, like, you know what I'm saying, kibosh this story with the Vision. If anything, it's time for y'all to get Ray Phoenix involved, bro. If we want to be real. Ray Phoenix kind of
bring him back, you know, with Ray, blessing in disguise.
Yep.
It just works because, not gonna lie, man, them boys in black kind of snoozing me a little bit now.
Yeah, it is getting a little.
Yeah.
Actually, we could talk about that for a minute because a couple months ago, before like SummerSlam or before like Clash in Paris, when they were like dealing with Roman Reigns, I said, like, what does it do for the credibility of the group to like keep losing to Roman Reigns? And they pushed the button, and Bronson Reed won at Clash in Paris. And now Bronson Reed is basically clearly Braun Breaker is the guy in the group. There's no denying that. There was no denying that when Seth Rollins was there. He was world champion, but like we all knew like
the future is Braun, yeah.
Exactly. But now like Bronson Reed is like a glorified cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? An ad-libber. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What was the point? I don't normally advocate for Roman Reigns wins, but like if Roman Reigns right in the middle beat him, that's where you're gonna be at.
Even though we're kind of like Logan hecklers, but even with Logan, like the guy's kind of like a star. Like y'all should be able to do something with him, and then like make it like the group just feels like bland now. Like make him more credible or something. And then the Theory stuff, I don't think we've been on since the Theory joined, but it's kind of
I was giving it some time because I didn't want to be reactionary, but like I don't know. Maybe it's
even like we had nervous. It was like, bro, are we finna get Braun versus Adam Pearce? Like, what are we like? It's just looking like, yo, what? Like, I know
Adam
Seth
Pearce
being
smoked.
like, I know Seth kind of like the focal point, but it's been Seth got hurt. What was that?
Seth got hurt at, like in Crown Jewel, so like
November,
October.
Yeah, it's been 2 months. Like it's been stale for a minute. Even though granted, Punk winning beat Braun, that was cool, but ever then it's just like. I'm just another mad guy I lost. Let me just beat like it's just
they're spinning wheels, bro. And I really and truthfully, and they haven't painted any seeds of like dissension between them, but like if I'm WWE, bro, I'm gonna get Braun Breaker away from these. The same way I want to get Solo away from the MFT, because like Solo to me has like redeemed himself. I want to get Braun Breaker the fuck away from the Vision. If we be real.
Even that segment last night of like. Okay, we're all in a rumble. Let's have one goal and let's make sure Braun wins. It's like, that's kind of still repetitive. So I just
granted that's the right thing to do with a faction, but like I've heard that story before.
Yeah, just like what do we like? We like now we gonna have a moment in the Royal Rumble of like let's eliminate random mid carders for like a good 4 to 5 minutes straight. So. Oh man,
they're kind of spinning wheels, and I'm a little disappointed with that.
Yeah, because the potential was there. Like you said, you beat Roman. He's lost like 3 times in 10 years or something crazy like that. So, man,
listen, man, Roman Reigns ain't just handing out L's to anybody, bro. Yeah, at this point in his career, he's not. They handed one out to Bronson Reed, and that's what they did with it. So, I don't know. There was a tag team #1 contenders match. First off, well wishes to Jimmy and Naomi. Nothing's wrong, but like WWE's been like traveling worldwide. Obviously, like with Naomi pregnant, I know Jimmy's probably being at home, make sure everything's good. So well wishes to them. Fatal 4-Way contained New Day, Bravos Americanos. Is that the correct name for the tag team? I think so. Yeah. Otis and Tozawa. And Alpha Academy. There we go. So, American Made. That's
American Made. Yeah.
The Otis and Tozawa Alpha Academy.
Okay, yeah.
First off, so glad the Creed brothers are back on TV. I heard why they allegedly were not on TV, and that's fucking insane.
The Damian
there was two. Yeah, so they said there was that. They said there was something with Damian Priest, And then they said it's because Rey Mysterio got hurt right before the AAA deal and before his Mania match. And, like, I don't know if the Creeds were blamed or whatever. It was in the doghouse. So that's why they weren't on TV. So very glad they're back on TV. They're fucking amazing. They add a lot to that tag team division. It's ironic that, you know, the four of these teams were showcased because we've spoken about this several times. The Raw tag division is good. Just put them on TV. To the surprise of no one, the number one contenders match was fun. It was great. It was a good time. And niggas who knew ball knew Tozawa was going to hoop. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Because Tozawa is used as a comedy character, nobody actually knows Tozawa is going to hoop until he's actually put on TV and not, you know, treated like shit.
Yeah.
So, start putting these tag teams on TV. To me, there have been times where, like, WWE can have, like, a near perfect product, and it's just certain stuff they won't do that can, like, make it perfect. My hope, for one, is that now that the Usos are tag team champions, one of my hopes is that obviously the world titles are put on PLEs, because I don't think you're leaving Jey Uso off PLE. Belt or not, I just don't think you are, just because of how over he is. So that is one of my hopes. But yeah, just showcase these teams. I think that, and also, like, I don't necessarily hate the United States Open Challenge. I want to be very clear about that. But I would like for whoever, and it's not even just about Melo, because this was something that was happening before then. I would like for there to be story involved with the United States Championship. Like, I have no problem with banger matches, but, like,
that's like WWE is real, like, on storytelling, behind the scenes stuff, not outside. I mean, outside the ring stuff. So
exactly,
we kind of saw that the other day with Miz and Melo, and then kind of him interacting with Ilya. So
they're leaning towards it.
Yeah. So hopefully this kind of.
But I want that for the tag team championships. We haven't seen that for the tag team championships in my eyes. Like, we have not confidently seen it be about story. Actually, I don't want to take credit away from SmackDown. We may not necessarily like it, but, like, the MFTs and, like, Wyatt's have been telling a story.
That was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
But a story to the level of, let's say, maybe I don't know if, like, tag team championships are ever going to be WrestleMania worthy again, or main event worthy, I should say.
Yeah.
But, like, the story that was told between Sammy, Kevin Owens, and the Usos at WrestleMania 39 was, to me, one of the best stories ever, if not the best, in the history of the tag team championships in WWE. It was incredible. You told a story of, like, Sammy being betrayed, Sammy turning his back on somebody who's considered his brother, for people who, you know, treated him or tried to tell him he was family, but, like, you know, tried to make him act a certain way. So yeah, I want to see something. I know we won't necessarily get that storyline,
but something close to it.
Something
in the ballpark.
Something of depth. Like, yes, banger matches are okay, but, like, put some story in it. And our main event of the evening, for the first time ever in a WWE ring, do your Googles if you ain't seen it before. The Unction, CM Punk versus AJ Styles.
Not CJ Stroud.
Oh God, no. CM Punk versus AJ Styles, man. We spoke about this earlier. They just don't make them like them no more, man. Match had everything. Two of the, you know, top dogs, two of the OGs going at it. Had a little ROH call back in there with the Shining Wizard, a Pepsi twist. Like, God, man.
Listen, man, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't the biggest. I was skeptical about CM Punk being a world champion, just of, like, how WWE has been of having matches on TV and having good quality matches. But Punk has delivered, man. Every match has been TV worthy, match worthy. Like, it doesn't feel like a championship shtick of I'm just going to beat you up and then have, like, these false. No, this has been real graps, real wrestling, real entertainment, real fun. It felt like AJ could win. Like, the matches have been good. CM Punk, if CM Punk is being CM Punk of being, like, the speaking up guy, like, hey, I'm CM Punk. I'm not finna let these fans down. I'm not finna let the people down. Like, I'm gonna put on good matches, and he did that again with AJ, with Finn, Braun, and yeah. But he's just been doing his damn thing, having like these good matches at his age, being away from so many years, and he's getting back in his groove, man. So
Yeah.
I apologize. I'm back on the track because CM Punk is doing the damn thing with these matches, man.
So I am glad you spoke about the age thing. To me, Old Man Punk is like probably one of the best versions of CM Punk ever. Because it's real and it works. Like,
and it feels like he's kind of outsmarting his opponent sometimes.
Yeah, and literally with Braun Breaker, like that is what it came down to, having to outsmart him. Because like with Balor and Punk, like, you know, it doesn't necessarily show, but like, you know, both of them are kind of, you know, in CM Punk's age range. But when it came to Breaker, like, damn, like
I think Punk hit like, did he like an elbow or something? It was just like, where did that come from? I forgot what he did, but he did like I don't know if it was a kick or an elbow to Braun. It just was like, whoa, that was kind of.
Was it the knee mid spear? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Like, that just was like, whoa, I ain't.
It was just like, well,
I'm gonna win this match. Like, I'm gonna do what it takes to win this match in a clean, straight edge way.
It's like, where does it? It's just interesting because, like I said, like with the Old Man Punk thing, it's just like, where does he get it from, bro? Like, it's a real thing, and I think that's why it's so easy to invest in it. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't shy away from it when he's like in these interviews on TV and all this other stuff, and I think that's why it's so easy to buy in. Like, bro, I'm like 46, 47, like. I know that, like, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, the sun gonna set on me. But, like, while I'm here, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, use my mind. I'm gonna use the tools I've been given. I'm gonna use all these things I've accumulated from the wrestling business, from UFC, wherever. And I'm gonna find a way to be a fighting champion and win this match and be a champion that these people are proud of. He is, like, again, I cannot stress how, like, he has done incredible work to, like, I don't want to necessarily call the prestige of the World Heavyweight Championship in question, but, like, he has done, like, a lot to, like, keep the prestige of the World Heavyweight Championship. And, like, I don't believe in the whole secondary title thing that people try to make up. I do believe that the roster is just so crowded that you do need 2 world champions at this point. So I don't believe in the secondary champion thing. But I do believe that he has done the work to make sure that people do not look at his belt as a secondary championship. I think when the World Heavyweight title was, like, created, there was, to me, I look at it's weird, but I look at the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championships as not as a primary and a secondary, but the WWE Championship is kind of I'll say maybe reserved for, like, the big dogs, like, you know what I'm saying, top baby face, blow the roof off reactions wherever you go. The World Heavyweight Championship, I felt like, they say this about the Intercontinental Championship, but I feel like the World Heavyweight Championship was like the fighting champions championship, the working man's championship. That's how I felt about the World Heavyweight Championship. And I feel like CM Punk is making sure to, like, keep it in that vein, but also, like, the more he stacks up these wins and, like, the more prestigious opponents, I think he's building it to that status for, like, hey, like, yeah, WWE Championship might have like 50 or 60 years of lineage, but this championship, like, when somebody come beat me for this, you gonna know they worked for it.
I completely agree because he's been carrying, and it's a good way of being, I guess, a face champion, of having, like, these great fighting matches, not like, I don't want to say Seth was doing, but, you know, like the typical heel champion of being like, yeah, I'm gonna fight you on my terms, but face Punk is like, all right, we can fight tonight, like, dog, and we can fight for the title tonight. So let's get it popping.
Like, it's the fact that he didn't even hesitate, bro. Even when he was about to face Finn Balor, he told Finn Balor he'd do it that night.
Yeah,
and Finn Balor was like, nah, like we gonna wait till we go to Ireland. Punk don't hesitate. Punk does not shy away. So I like that. I really love what's going on with the world title. Unfortunately, the unction did come to a no contest.
It can't end like this, man.
It's unfortunate, but it's not the. I will say
the second to last match can't be a no contest, man. It just.
But I'm not upset because it's a logical. it's logical and it's obviously going somewhere. Like, we're getting Punk and Balor 2. I do believe it's going to be at Chamber because Chamber is in Chicago, personally. I think it's way too late to add it to the Rumble. And again, I'm cool with the Rumble being 4 matches.
Yeah.
But also, there was a finish that I thought they were going to do, and I'm so glad they didn't because it would have been so illogical. And I thought they were going to have Gunther come out and, like, ruin the whole thing. But then, like, the more I think about it,
I was so scared. I'm not gonna lie.
This ending makes way more sense because again, it's pushing towards something. But also, if I'm Gunther, me and AJ Styles finna fight on Saturday. I'm potentially finna end this thing career. One, why would I not let CM Punk beat the shit out of this nigga? But 2, why would I not potentially let AJ Styles win the match for the World Heavyweight title? So not only can I take your career, I could be world champion again. I love continuity in writing, bro.
Yeah, really even with them showing Gunther in the arena with the interview, you just felt like, damn, bro, Gunther really could just like do some bullshit and powerbomb AJ, powerbomb CJ, tell another story there. Had like a repeat of that, but look, yeah, kind of not mad at this because now we get a different side of Finn. Like I said, Finn having like these identity issues. Finn could come back next week and be like, you know what, guys, my bad. That's on me. Like Liv kind of like talked me down to it, and then Punk being all, I talked to you man to man face to face, and you come behind my back. So yeah. this could be very interesting. And like you said, man, Punk, hometown Punk against like Demon Finn or whatever they're gonna do with Finn. I will be there. I will be seated.
I need it. All right, our first prediction of the year, and a great one to start off on, if you ask me, the Royal Rumble. Live from Saudi Arabia.
Midday Graps.
We have on the card Styles versus Gunther, Sammy versus Drew, the Women's Royal Rumble, and the Men's Royal Rumble. First off, I just want to say 2 things. One, Gunther is fucking insane. He threatened to choke out Michael Cole last night. Like, I think he said, Cole, I can end your career right now. But relax.
How much longer you got? I got it on me, but I could, but I'm not.
2, Adam Pearce telling Finn Balor that the Royal Rumble is full is funny as fuck. And you know why it's even funnier? Because one, essentially, you can look at this 2 ways. One, he gave 4 spots to the Vision.
Yeah.
But apparently before Finn Balor had asked Adam Pearce to that or told him that he was declaring in the Rumble, like on the little commercial stuff they do for the international audience on Netflix, Javon declared for the Rumble.
Oh yeah.
So Javon might have taken the last spot. We don't know. But the idea of the Rumble being full is fucking hilarious, bro. Like, I've never seen that. And I better not see one member of Judgment Day at the Rumble. I'm going to laugh my ass off. Imagine Dominic come back and it'd be like, so you backdoored me for that spot in the Rumble, my nigga? Like,
you ain't tell nobody he was back? Like,
yeah, like, what the fuck is up with that? But I don't know the order of the card. If I could best guess off the way the last few years have been going, we are going to open with a Royal Rumble and then, do a match and then Royal Rumble and then maybe a match main events. My best guess, or because someone said, considering Styles might end up being retired, like they should be very careful about how they sequence the card.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't imagine, like, if Sammy and Drew main event, I think Sammy's going to win. I just can't.
Yeah. So I think what they should do is
I probably would do Drew versus Sammy first. Get the
idea that he's gonna win.
Get like the blood flowing. All right, let's get the crowd ready, and then maybe Women's Royal, and then men's title match, and then the Men's Rumble. That would be my guess.
Well, we have seen a Royal Rumble open the show before.
They might.
Or a men's one too. So
I'm not gonna lie, just because where they're at, just get the women over with, because.
Yeah,
knowing how they are over there, I probably would have the women open it up.
So regardless, I would have a Rumble first, women or men. Honestly, I would let Sammy and Drew main event just because, like you said, there is suspense that, like, if he main events, that like Sammy would win, but like, what if he doesn't? Then you just watch the whole show that he wasn't gonna win. So I would do Rumble, Gunther, Styles, and let that be like a 25, 30-minute thing. Rumble, Sammy, Drew. Because I just feel like it's better. And again, if Styles and Gunther is what we think is going to be, then I mean you got to Rumble. Like niggas ain't gonna be. If niggas are silent for a whole hour of Rumble, then you really don't need to go back there no more. You need to find a way to cancel WrestleMania 43. But yeah. So with that, we can start with predictions, and we'll just start with the undercard, and then we'll talk about the Rumbles. Styles versus Gunther. Oh, I dread it because I've enjoyed the 10 years that I have seen AJ in the WWE, and I would like for him to, you know what I'm saying, finish off the year and face some of these opponents, the Javon Evans of the world, the Ilyas, Obafemi, Mello, etc. But it feels like Gunther's on a tear right now, man. I'm gonna go with Gunther retiring AJ Styles.
I can't do it. I'm gonna have AJ. AJ win, no contest. I don't know how, but I just can't. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Not this early. Not in January. Maybe if it was April or the summer, I'm just not doing it. AJ by no contest or just AJ pulling something out his ass. To being a high IQ goat that he is, man. I'm going with AJ. I'm sorry.
Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre for the world title, the WWE Championship. To this point, Sami Zayn is 0-11, maybe 12. I think it's 11. Versus Drew McIntyre. In the spirit of the unpredictability that we have seen in the SmackDown Championship picture, and in the spirit of Sami being in front of his people on Saturday, I'm going to take Sami Zayn. I think it's time.
I'm going to take Sami Zayn too. This is the perfect opportunity. Montreal moment, out of Saudi Arabia moment. I think if a good way to keep things going and keep us off our feet, it would be to crown Sami. And I think this is, cause I don't know if Sami is WrestleMania moment worthy of winning the title. I think that's kind of dragging it out a little bit.
I think so.
I think so too, but I just don't like. It depends who he's going to face. I just don't think that you would have Sami. If anybody Sami should beat, it should be Drew. But are we ready? Are we really ready for another Sami versus Drew? Because what is it? January, another 2.5 months. So I'm gonna have Sami winning right now. Just get his moment in Saudi Arabia. I'm gonna have Sami win.
Okay. The Women's Royal Rumble. I mean, obviously we don't know everybody in the Rumble because there will be surprises. But some of the names that declared that I can recall, Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Asuka, Kairi Sane. Just to name a few. Now, for both of these Rumbles, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to pick the Iron Woman. We're going to pick a winner. And we're going to pick surprises. So, who do you have as your Iron Woman for the Royal Rumble? For the Women's Royal Rumble, I'm sorry.
I don't think nothing is set in stone between these two, but I'm going to have Jordan Grace and be the Iron Woman.
Okay.
And then, we said Iron Woman. Surprises, of course. I think hopefully, pray to God Bianca comes back.
Man.
Please. Dang, I think Bianca should win if she comes back.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's who it should be. I really don't see. I don't want to say nobody's more credible, but I think that would be just the right choice. I think, I'm going to have Bianca win it because I'm kind of drawing a blank right now because I don't know who else really needs it and who deserves that moment like Bianca because we really need Bianca back.
So, for my Iron Woman for the Women's Royal Rumble, it's tough because Stephanie Vicari is champion and that would have been my obvious pick. Jade Cargill is champion.
Or I think Julia could be a good Iron Woman candidate. Get her fresh.
I think that would be great. Actually,
that would be to me. Yeah, I think it was me. I would have Julia be it. That way she can have some more credibility because it's been kind of dry for her lately. So, yeah, my Iron Woman is going to be Jordan or Julia. I think that would be great.
I think I will go with Jordan Grace as my Iron Woman as well. She is obviously new to the SmackDown women's roster. I think it would be a welcome change in pace. We've obviously seen her in the past few Rumbles, but I think it would do a lot now that we know like she's a full-time competitor on the main roster to kind of establish credibility, especially since the crowd's been kind of lukewarm towards her in the weeks that she has been there. Shawn Michaels, that is on you. Surprise, I too would like Bianca to return. I don't know how much of a surprise this would be, but I do think AJ Lee would be in the Rumble. That is the only one I can think of, aside from Bianca, obviously. And a winner, I think this is the year Liv Morgan finally wins. Liv Morgan has been the runner-up in several of the women's Royal Rumbles, and I think her story has always been like coming so close and just not being able to get it done. I think this is finally the year Liv Morgan gets it done.
Oh, forgot. Tiffany might come back.
Oh, yeah, potentially, yeah. Wouldn't hate it. SmackDown's women division does still need a little bit of assistance. The men's Royal Rumble. Some of the declared names: Roman Reigns via satellite, Cody Rhodes, Oba Femi, The Vision. I believe that's it.
They had Penta on the graphic. Javon.
Penta was on the graphic. Javon was on the graphic. Iron Man. I am torn because I think it would do wonders for Javon Evans if he was the Iron Man. He's already very established. I think it would do wonders. But Oba Femi does also kind of have to have a strong showing. Just because that's who he is. That's who we know him to be. Somebody did make a bold take where they said like he should break the elimination record. I agree. I think that's a great way to do it. Have him. If you really want to, this is kind of gonna go into my surprise thing. If you really want to have Oba Femi like really established, have that nigga come wreck shop, take out almost all of the Vision, not Braun Breaker, because I do think I'm gonna go ahead and say it, I think Braun Breaker should win the Royal Rumble. That is who I have as my winner. I have, and this is gonna be deeply unfortunate for some people, but because this nigga works here, I just have to accept it and cover wrestling as it is. I'd have Oba Femi wipe out most of the Vision, save for Braun Breaker. I don't know, maybe Braun Breaker's off to the side, some other shit, whatever. You have him run through the whole Vision, and then 3, 2, 1, the guitar riff hits. You have that nigga come face to face with Brock Lesnar, and you go from there.
My Iron Man is going to be either, I think, so you pick Oba, I'm going to pick Ilya. That's going to be my Iron Man for the moment. And my winner, this is kind of hard because kind of torn. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving pieces. But I would have Oba win the Royal Rumble. I think it's just
It'd be so fresh.
Something fresh. It would kind of like a new way to get things going. I kind of reminds me of Batista winning the Royal Rumble in 06, I think. 05, yeah, one of those years. I think this would be the right time. Kind of has like something fresh because he has all these TV commercials. They gave him the right thing to do with having him drop the NXT title. He didn't get beat.
Yep.
So I just would put the Rock in the Oba right now and just go from there. Do what you can do because whenever match you have at Wrestlemania with Oba, it needs to be a big match. I'm sorry. I think he's above the mid-card titles. Just put a rocket to his back and just see where it goes. Surprise. Royce Hollins?
You know what I was just about to say. I forgot to add him. So if you don't know, Powerhouse Hobbs from AEW has signed with WWE, and he is going by the name Royce Keys.
Okay, Royce Keys. Oh, brother.
Listen, they said it. I always don't judge names because I like to wait to see what the meaning is. Royce is his son's name, so I was like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you know what I'm saying?
So, I do think he would be a welcome addition. I think he's gonna thrive, but I think he's a surprise. There's another surprise that I don't really care for, but
Say it.
Chris Jericho. I'm pretty sure Chris Jericho is going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Just for 3 or 4 minutes. If that Judas hits, man,
I will say if Judas hits, like that would be kind of cool. I won't lie to you.
Man. I will be moved, man. But other than that, yeah, just that's it.
But yeah. I think as far as from what I've been reading, they have like a lot of surprises that they're trying to keep under wraps. But the way my mind has been conditioned, there will probably be 2-3-ish surprises and some NXT talent. I don't know how much of that is true for the men's side because like the men's talent in NXT is a little shaky. Like the only people I would be remotely interested in seeing in the Royal Rumble from NXT like right now, Ethan Page and Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints.
Ricky Saints and then probably Joe Hendry.
I wouldn't mind seeing Joe Hendry, but it wouldn't necessarily be a surprise either.
Yeah.
As far as the women, like you can NXT is deep with talent. You can do anything. You can put Kendall Gray in there. You can put. I fully expect Kalani to be in there. I think it's a missed opportunity if you don't, because we saw her in the Battle Royal and Evolution, and like that's a moment right there.
Oh, speaking of, I would have Lash Legend like eliminate a bunch of people.
Yes.
I don't know what their record is.
I think that's a good Iron Woman too. Now that I think about it. Because they seem super high on Lash. But yeah, that is all we have for the day.
Excited, man! I love the Royal Rumble. And the midday Royal Rumble.
It is really the official start to like WrestleMania season, man. One of the best times of the year, because that's what they consider the payoff. Yeah, point to the side. That's what's considered the payoff. That's what they, you know what I'm saying? They build all year to this. So I'm excited, especially knowing that.
I'm just nervous about the crowd, man, because
they have been so my thing is, it's more so like their reactions towards like the women wrestlers. Like every time Bianca go over there, like the reaction isn't necessarily pleasant, and I don't like that. But that's everywhere Bianca goes overseas.
Jay, be careful, please. You can't be like talking about folks' mamas overseas.
Oh, yeah. Jay, be careful. Hopefully she's not. No, there's no reason for Jade to go for real unless they looking for that little press box shot with like the champion in there. But, yeah, for the most part they have been like a good crowd. Like I said, the reception to the women's wrestlers are like very like lukewarm. I'm concerned about that.
Yeah, that's why I said they probably should open the show with the women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
let's get that out the way. That's the only thing I hate. That's the only thing I hate about going over there and that area, because if they do a WrestleMania over there, I'm kind of worried about the women, because they deserve to have like a good reaction and a good moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, skeptical about that.
Yeah, but yeah, we're officially on the start of the road to WrestleMania come Saturday. A lot of things may be made clearer for us. They may not. We don't know. But again, as we've stated multiple times through this episode, I think they're at their best when they're not predictable.
Yeah. Like
when you don't know what's going on, when you don't know what the next move is. So I'm very interested to see how the Royal Rumble plays out. I'm very interested to see who the winners are that we're talking about come next week. But yeah, man, it's great to be back. First episode of the year, man. Glad to see you guys again, or glad to see us, whatever. We just staring at the camera. But yeah, man, this has been a great episode. Next week will be our Royal Rumble review, the Monday Night Raw review, and if SmackDown is good enough, hopefully we get to talk about SmackDown. But yeah, man, it's been episode 28.
Like, share, subscribe, follow, tell a friend. It's the network. We
on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that.
Comment who you got winning, whatever.
Yeah, comment who you got winning both Royal Rumbles. If you know anything about the Iron Man, Iron Woman stuff, comment that too. If it's all one person, just let us know. But yeah, man, interact. We want to talk to you. But yeah, man, this has been episode 28 of the Off the Top Rope podcast, first one of the year, the return. We'll see you next time.
And we will be in Atlanta, February 23rd.
Yeah.
Come holler at your boys.
Absolutely.